Hi, I'm Ino Iroha with Net Security. One of the many capabilities of ThreatResponder is to detect, respond to, and prevent advanced cyber attacks in real time. In this video, I'll demonstrate how ThreatResponder is used for incident response. Once you log on to the ThreatResponder platform, you are presented with a dashboard. From the dashboard, you would click on the endpoints that are registered with the system and currently live. And from here, you'll see the list of endpoints, including their names, operating system that are that are running on each one of them, their vital sign, the health of the agent or the rover, the status, and the date the endpoint was registered. Let's assume that any one of these machines or all of these machines have been infected or have been compromised, and there is a need to contain those endpoints. So those endpoints are not able to make lateral movement or make communication or connection with other assets on the local network or outside the network. The capability is called the containment capability. All you have to do is to select the endpoint in question and click on the contain icon, and once you confirm, the icon turns red, indicating that the endpoint has been contained and is no longer able to communicate with any other machine on the local network or outside this network, except for the threat responder server in the cloud. To investigate this endpoint, all we have to do is to click on the plus sign associated with the endpoint. Here we have different options to perform. For example, we can actually issue command lines, basically OS commands, instructing the endpoint to perform certain tasks or execute certain commands. We also have the ability to browse the file system in order to delete files and upload files and download files and things of that nature. Another capability that ThreatResponder provides is the ability to browse the registry structure, the Windows registry of the system, right? So you have the ability to go to drill into the different hives, the registry keys, and so on and so forth. Another capability is the ability to render the list of processes, the list of services running, network connections, and applications, right? So for simplicity's sake, we'll begin to drill into each one of these capabilities. So when we click on the task, the command line live, again, we have the option to issue commands. So for example, I can type OS command like show me the list of tasks that are running on the endpoints, and here we are. The list of endpoints are presented to me. We also have the option to do let's say we run a ping command to reach out to the internet and see if Google is on. We have the ability to do that as well through the command line option. As you can see here, this row turns red, basically indicating that a new process has been spun off. And when you see a green, the red indicates a process is getting terminated, and that green means a process is getting executed. So ThreatResponder provides you the ability to issue certain OS commands from on the target machine. The file manager again provides you the ability to browse the local file system of the endpoint in question. So you have the ability to drill into the file system on the left, and on the right you basically see the details of the directories and file listing of that particular directory you're on. So let's say that we're interested in the program manager. Again, the directories and files in that program manager folder will be rendered. I have the option to rename a folder or delete a file or folder, as the case may be. I also have the option to upload a file and also create a new folder, as I indicated. So as you can see, ThreatResponder allows you to drill into that endpoint and basically do analysis, take a look at files within the file system, pull files out, and upload files into the system. A vital component of ThreatResponder, again, is the ability to browse the registry of the target Windows machine, and you're able to click on any one of these registry hives and get more detail about that. Another key thing you may want to perform is the ability to review the list of processes that are running on the endpoint. Here I see a lot of the processes that are running, the process IDs, the MD5 hash, the user context under which the processes are executing, and the digital signature of the filing of the process in question, right? So the digital signature is really important because it tells you who signed the process, right? If it's signed by Microsoft, there's a very high likelihood that it's benign, right? Similarly, if it's signed by Google, there is a likelihood that it's benign as well, right? But there are some processes like this one that is unsigned, or this one that is unsigned, so you may want to investigate further, right? And you have the option, if you deem this to be malicious, you have the option to kill this process, kill the process tree, right? The process and its children. You also have the ability to dump the process memory for further analysis. Another thing you can do on a process is to download the strings. So these are the printable characters of a particular process. So for example, if a process is running and the process is packed, right, and it's running, when it runs in memory, it's actually unpacked. So when you download strings, you get all the printable characters that you ordinarily would not see when you do a static analysis without running the code. And then another capability of ThreatResponder in terms of gaining insight into the processes is the ability to click on something like this, get more detailed information. So for example, for that particular process, I was able to click on get information on the handles, all of the handles associated with the process that I just clicked on. I also have the ability to look at all the modules as well as any network connections, right? I have the ability to do all of that. Now, I also can look at all the services that are running on the endpoints, all the network connections that have been established, all the applications that are running, right? Again, I have the ability to stop the service, start the service, delete the service, disable the service. I can do everything, right, that I want to do relating to a service or a process. The same thing applies to applications. I have the ability to look at all the applications that I install on the endpoint, and I can take necessary action to disable or enable the application in question. Another capability that we have is the ability to look at all the network connections, right? What are the activities, network activities that are going on that endpoint? Similar to your NetStart, right? You go to a Windows machine or a Mac or a Linux machine and you type NetStart to basically give you a sense of all the network connections, as well as in some cases you may be able to associate the processes to the network connections and the ports and so on and so forth. So ThreatResponder gives you the ability to render not only the processes but also the countries they connect into, the destination IP addresses, the destination port, source destination, process ID, and hash, right? So ThreatResponder gives you ability to respond to a threat on the network, so I encourage you to get a copy of ThreatResponder today and explore the many capabilities and use cases that it offers. Thank you very much for your time.